Jackson has died. The family of the two-time Democratic presidential candidate and civil rights leader confirmed his death in a statement this morning. He was 84 years old. This morning, we begin with your thoughts on the life and legacy of the protege of Martin Luther King Jr., who went on to found the social justice organization known as. Here's how you can call in. If you're in the Eastern or Central time zones, it's 202-748-8000. If you're in the Mountain or Pacific time zones, it's 202-748-8001. You can also send us a text, that number, 202-748-8003. If you do, please include your name and where you're from. Otherwise, catch up with us on social media. On X, it's at C-SPAN-WJ. On Facebook/C-SPAN. And a very good Tuesday morning to you. Go ahead and start calling in now. Jesse Jackson had been battling a rare neurodegenerative disorder. His family sending out a statement early this morning about his death. This is his obituary in the New York Times. It reads, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, whose impassioned oratory and populist vision of a rainbow coalition of the poor and forgotten made him the nation's most influential black figure in the years between the civil rights crusades of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the election of Barack Obama, died on Tuesday. He was 84 years old. Mr. Wright picked up the mantle of Dr. King after his assassination in 1968 and ran for president twice, long before Mr. Obama's election in 2008. But he never achieved either the commanding moral stature of Dr. King or the ultimate political triumph obtained by Mr. Obama. It goes on to say that instead, through the power of his language and his energy and ambition, he became a moral and political force in a racially ambiguous era, when Jim Crow was still a vivid memory and black political power more an aspiration than reality. I'll show you more of the New York Times obituary this morning, but we want to take you to 1988. It was 1984. It was his first run at the presidency. This is the Reverend Jesse Jackson at the Democratic National Convention.
I'm more convinced than ever that we can win. We're fought up the rough South America. We can win. I just want young America to do me one favor. Just one favor. Exercise the right to dream. You must face reality, that which is, but then dream of the reality that ought to be, that must be. Live beyond the pain of reality with the dream of a bright tomorrow. Use hope and imagination as weapons of survival and progress. Use love to motivate you and obligate you to serve the human family. Young America, dream. Choose the human race over the nuclear race. Bury the weapons and don't burn the people. Dream. Dream of a new value system. Teachers who teach for life and not just for living things because they can't help it. Dream of lawyers more concerned about justice than a judge. Dream of doctors more concerned about public health than personal wealth. Dream of preachers and priests who will prophesy and not just profiteer. Preach and dream. Our time has come. Our time has come. Something breeds character. Character breeds faith. Indian faith will not disappoint. Our time has come. Our faith, hopes, and dreams will prevail. Our time has come. Reaping has endured for a night, but now joy cometh in the morning. Our time has come.
That was Reverend Jesse Jackson in 1984. In that election, he became the second black candidate party to run for president after Shirley Chisholm in 1972. He died earlier today at age 84. We're talking about the life and legacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson and hearing from you on phone lines split regionally this morning, 202-748-8000 if you're in the Eastern or Central time zones, 202-748-8001 if you're in the Mountain or Pacific time zones. Having this conversation in the first hour of 3-Hour Washington Journal this morning. Joshua's up first out of Wilmington, Delaware. Joshua, on the life of Jesse Jackson.
I'm Joshua. I'm out of Wilmington. I appreciate the show. I think the environment issue in 2026 is really coming down to cost of energy, cost of regulations, and cost of transitioning clear sources.
Joshua, do you want to talk about Jesse Jackson? Joshua, this is Ralph in New York. Good morning. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm a UAW member up here in upstate New York, and I marched with the Reverend Jesse Jackson at the Peace Bridge in Canada. We were fighting against the North American Free Trade Agreement, and he also had a uplifting, positive message to working men and women. And the Reverend Al Sharpton will have to fill his shoes, and if anybody deserves a Presidential Medal of Freedom, it's Jesse Jackson. I thank you. Bye.
Can you tell me about that march? Did you get a chance to talk to him or hear from him that day?
Yeah, I shook his hand, and he was with working men and women when we were trying to fight against the North American Free Trade Agreement. Yep.
What do you remember about him that day?
Well, he was out there, and he spent like 4 hours with us, and he was pretty tired by the time it was over. He was a good man.
You say he deserved the Medal of Freedom. He was awarded the Medal of Freedom by President Bill Clinton in 2000.
Yeah. I didn't know that, but I'm glad he got it.
That's Ralph in New York. This is Steve in Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I had a personal encounter with the Reverend Jesse Jackson. I was in Boca Raton, and he was coming out of a hotel, and I was driving an armored truck, and he said he walked in front of my armored truck. I think he did that actually for protection, and I saw him, and he had a couple of people with him, and I was very impressed to be able to get that close to Jesse Jackson. He's a great man.
What impressed you about him, Steve?
He had some great ideas. I love the way he spoke very well, and his ideas were very influential, and always on the right, the right idea. And he was a great man for his cause and for the whole good of the country.
Do you think he should have won the Democratic nominations in 84 or 88, losing to Walter Mondale? He came in third in 84, and then it was Michael Dukakis in 88, he came in second.
Yeah, I think it was a little early for, Jesse Jackson to, aspire to that level, but I mean, he was so great in what he did. But if he would have run against Obama, that would have been an interesting thing. If they were in the same, age level, that would have been an interesting debate to see who could have got the nomination. Because they were both great men, and I looked to seeing that debate.
That's Steve in Florida. To Jerry in Detroit. We're talking about the life and legacy of the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Good morning, first of all, and greetings yet again from Motown. I had the privilege on a couple of occasions to meet the Reverend Jesse Jackson, especially the times when he visited Detroit. First, when he was campaigning for another candidate, and again in 2015 when he was campaigning for at the time Hillary Clinton. Martin Luther King couldn't have had a better ally in the fight for civil rights than Reverend Jackson. He was a true hero, and he fought for the rights of everyone. And just like Dr. King and currently Reverend Al Sharpton, they were all demonized by and vilified by racist conservative white people because of their stance on civil rights. So I think he'll be greatly missed by all who care about those issues. And a lot of people will either praise him or scorn him, and I'm sure that on the Republican line there's going to be a lot of trashing of him from white Republicans.
Jerry, if there's a Mount Rushmore of civil rights leaders from that era through today, is he on it? Is Jesse Jackson on it?
I think he should be on it. As a matter of fact, along with Martin Luther King, maybe Rosa Parks, and maybe Medgar Evers.
That's Jerry in Detroit. This is Rick in Baltimore. Good morning.
Good morning, C-Stream. I'm soon to be 7 years old, so when Reverend Jesse Jackson ran twice for the Democratic nomination, it inspired me. I'm going to remember Jesse Jackson in a positive way for all he did for the civil rights movement and equal rights. Unfortunately, today we live in a society that's hell-bent on calling equal rights reverse discrimination. We've seen the tougher for people of color to attend prestigious places of higher learning. Affirmative action, in my view, is and still is justified. When you look at the Trump administration, you see white privileged, unqualified people in charge. Pete Hegseth firing qualified black generals. I rest my case. Stay strong, America. God bless you all.
That's Rick in Baltimore saying he remembers Jesse Jackson's run for the Democratic nomination, again, 1984 and 1988. He ran, coming in second in 1988, picking up 11 states, eventually losing to Michael Dukakis. But he spoke as one of the keynote speakers at the convention in July of that year. Here's Reverend Jesse Jackson.
The Bible teaches that when lions and lambs lie down together, none will be afraid, and there will be peace in the valley. It sounds impossible. Lions eat lambs. Lambs simply flee from lions. Yet even lions and lambs find common ground. Why? Because neither lion nor lambs want the forest to catch on fire. Neither lions nor lambs want acid rain to fall. Neither lions nor lambs can survive nuclear war. If lions and lambs can find common ground, surely we can as well as civilized people. The only time that we win is when we come together. In 1960, John Kennedy, the late John Kennedy, beat Richard Nixon by only 112,000 votes. Less than one vote per precinct. He won by the margin of our hope. He brought us together. He reached out. He had the courage to defy his advisors and inquire about Dr. King's jailing in Albany, Georgia. We won by the margin of our hope, inspired by courageous leadership. In 1964, Lyndon Johnson brought both wings together. The thesis, the antithesis, and the creative synthesis, and together we won. In 1976, Jimmy Carter unified. When we do not come together, we never win. In 1968, division and despair in July led to our defeat in November. In 1980, rancor in the spring and the summer led to Reagan in the fall. When we divide, we cannot win. We must find common ground as a basis for survival and development and change and growth.
Just